Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I want to do my show today, won't be very long I don't think, about reparations. Because the House has passed a bill about reparations and some cities are messing around with reparations. And I'm going to give you some thought-provoking facts. First and foremost, if you go back in history, you will find that I will bet you money that there have been more white people enslaved than black people. During the course of history, every race got enslaved by a victor. Romans enslaved Gauls. Greeks enslaved Persians. Persians enslaved Greeks. On, and Vikings enslaved people. I mean, on and on and on. And some of that even happened here in the United States. I got to ask you a question. The crazy thing about reparations, as you know, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here, is where you draw the line. But I got to ask some questions. What about the Native American Indians? Do we owe them reparations? By the way, I'm against reparations for anybody. Should we have to pay? Why, if we have to pay blacks for reparations, why should we have to not pay Indians? And I got to think about the blacks. What about blacks in this country that were never slaves? Their ancestors were never slaves. And the fact that their ancestor was a slave, but they're not a slave now, really? So we got rid of slavery in 1865. So it's been over 150 years. Reparations? Really? It gets even better than that. I thought about this. Think about all the soldiers that have died in wars. Revolution, 1812. Civil War, Mexican-American War before that, the Spanish-American War. The big ones, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Kuwait, Iraq, all of them. Afghanistan. Are you kidding me? What about reparations for people that died? White people too. Why don't they get reparations? Then I thought of the best example I got yet, because it involves more white people than black people. Human freaking trafficking. Human trafficking. Young girls, people. I mean, you see how silly reparations is? Trying to financially compensate somebody for something that is just... In the law business, when you go in the courtroom, you have to prove things to probability. This is just something... Reparations is the most bonehead idea. Not to mention the fact, let's add it all up. Trillions and trillions of unfunded liabilities that this country has. Climate change, millions for that. Reparations, millions for that. Health care for anybody, trillion. It's absurd. It's absurd. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I want reparations from the KBA.